This is Eagle Al, and today I will be talking about inside linebacker coach signing with the Eagles, Bobby King. Also, we're going to talk about Azeez Al-Shaair, why he should come to the Philadelphia Eagles because he's familiar with Bobby King. Also, Nakobe Dean. It looked like he's on the road to recovery. The boot is finally off. And lastly, Fletcher Cox future with the Philadelphia Eagles. But let's get straight into it. All right, so before we get into the topics today, don't want to say this was a silly question asked to Adam Schefter, but somebody at the Fanatic asked Adam Schefter, like, are the Eagles more, in 2024 going into a rebuild mode, which is insane to me, or they're going to make a deep run? Adam Schefter didn't even think about it. Like, the Eagles are going to make a run next year. I mean, somebody wake me up here. Did we lose Devontae Smith? Did we lose A.J. Brown? Did we lose Jalen Hurts to injury or something? Of course not. The offensive line is still there. Even if Jason Kelsey leave, the offense is still there. That offense alone is going to give you at least 10 wins. The offense alone is going to at least give you 10 wins. So I guess they doing their due diligence asking Adam Schefter questions, but one is a little ridiculous to me, but hey, I guess you got to ask the questions. All right, so we signed a linebacker coach. Everybody thought it was going to be Mike Cardwell, who decided to go with the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. But we end up signing Bobby King, inside linebacker coach. He was with the Tennessee Titans the past 2 seasons. I know most of his tenure in the NFL. He's been in the NFL for about 14 years. And speaking of that, we just want straight experience. I'm going on a little tangent here about the coaching staff from last year and this year, but let's go over the coaching staff a little bit from last year and this year as far as experience. All right, so Sean Desai, 2 seasons as an NFL DC. Look, Vic Fangio, 20 seasons. Matt Patricia, 6 seasons as an NFL DC. Bobby King, been in the league for 14 years. Clint Hurt, been in the league for 9. DK McDonald, been in this league for 3. Tracy Rocker, been in the league for 6. Christian Parker, who was our young guy, been in the league for 5 years. And Joe Casper, been in the league for 3 years. And DJ Elliott, it was his first time, coaching in the NFL. So Eagles definitely want experience. And I like it. I personally like it. So off the tangent now, let's go back into Bobby King. Look, most of his tenure, he was in Houston. He's familiar with a guy that's on our team, or I say off our team now, Zach Cunningham, who Zach Cunningham played with his best years with him. It's a guy he was just with last year who just came off one of his best years, who I really like, even when he was in San Francisco, is Azeez Al-Shaair. Now, that's a guy we should go get. I mean, he played about 4 years with the 49ers, and he was overshadowed. Come on, the 49ers got Drake Greenlaw and Fred Warner. So he decided to sign the 1-year deal with the Tennessee Titans just to show what he got. And when he signed there, man, 163 tackles, 2 sacks. The dude was completely balling. Hey, go with your coach, man. Your coach coming to Philadelphia. I know the 49ers and the Eagles got bad blood, but it comes down to the business. You proved yourself after that 1-year deal. Come to the Eagles, show what you got. You got a coach there you're familiar with. And Eagles are a winning culture. They've been a winning culture for the past couple seasons. Or I'll say the past 3 seasons. We've been a winning culture. You know that. Come to the Eagles and stick it to the 49ers. Stick it to them, man. And at the end of the day, it's just business. If the Eagles offer you that bag, I'm just saying, doesn't hurt to come to Philadelphia. But in all seriousness, I like Aziz a lot. I liked him in San Francisco, but when you got Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, it's really hard to get over those dudes. And again, he proved himself. When it was his time to be that linebacker, he proved himself. So, Aziz, come to Philadelphia because we need a guy like you. And I guess playing beside Nakobe Dean. But let's talk about Nakobe Dean. Nakobe Dean posted a couple things on Instagram. I believe it was 2 days ago. And he's like, look, the boot comes off today. Did a little, what's that called? A boomerang. Did that. And then he showed the boomerang of his foot while he's walking. So Nakobe Dean is on the road to recovery. And he has a lot to prove, man. He has a lot to prove. He's in that, I won't even say Jordan Davis, because Jordan Davis at least showed flash. He's in the weird space. Like, we know Nakobe Dean is talented, but can you stay healthy? The rumor was you were hurt during the draft. You dropped all the way down to the third round. The Eagles were able to get you. Now, first year, no, we had TJ Edwards and Kaiser White redshirting you. We let both of those dudes go because we like Nakobe Dean. This is your time, your team. I wasn't that impressed. He was a bit undersized, struggled a bit in coverage. Sometimes he looked too small out there. And every time somebody stepped on his foot, not trying to be funny, it seemed like he got hurt. And when he was missing games, it was chunks. Like, how many games Nakobe Dean played? It's no way he played more than 7. I don't think he played more than 7 games, and I'm going off this off the top of my head. So, we needed him. We needed him at points of the season. Looked like Nicholas Morrow looked better than him. Zach Cunningham, he played in this league for a while. He looked better than Nakobe Dean. Hell, even Ben Van Sumeren showed flashes. I just didn't see that from Nakobe Dean besides the preseason. But that's the preseason. So Nakobe Dean got a lot of work to put in, but obviously the Eagles will be looking for a couple linebackers to play beside him. And again, I mentioned Azeez. I haven't gone deep into free agency. The reason why I used him is because Bobby King came to the Eagles, but Nakobe Dean, again, got a lot to prove. He's in this weird space. A lot of people are willing to give up on him. Like, look, man, he's a bust. Move on. I'm like, he going into his 3rd year, 2nd year hurt, 1st year rookie. We gotta give him. We gotta give him a little time. No, dudes don't just develop day one. Look at Kayvon Wallace. I'm just saying. It's a dude, in my opinion, we gave up on too early, and we made a huge mistake picking an injury-prone guy like Justin Evans, who is better than Kayvon Wallace, but he's injury-prone. If he's not on the field, he's not on the field. We picked him over Kayvon Wallace, our young talent, a guy we got out the draft. We should have let develop, who was a 3rd, 4th round pick, and now look at him in Tennessee. Tennessee, like, please don't let him go. He's gonna have one of those careers. I know we was calling Baby Dawkins. Maybe he won't be that, but he's going to have a solid career, Kayvon Wallace. And we're going to look like, damn, we just let that go because we was impatient and then let him develop. And I can say that about Nakobe Dean. If we give up on him too fast, he might go somewhere else and develop and be like, damn, we shouldn't have let him go. So we got to let the dude develop. I know you got to be ready within 1 to 2 years in Philadelphia. But let him develop, let him get healthy. Let's really see what he got. Don't give up on the dude too fast. Please don't give up on him too fast. All right, so let's get into the next topic today. Let's talk about Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, he spoke about his future with the Philadelphia Eagles, and this is what he had to say.
It will come down to
turnover battle. Whoever win the turnover battle.
Blank will win the turnover battle.
Kansas City.
You have Kansas City in this game.
I'll root for Chris Jones and Willie Gay, Mississippi State.
Okay, we love to hear that. The future of the Fletcher Cox with the Eagles is?
Day by day. We're going to take it day by day.
Show us those
So the future with me is, just day by day. Nothing I've thought about, but, just taking it day by day and see where I am.
You're out there hunting, setting traps. You're not thinking about your future with the Eagles?
Well, let's not call it hunting. We harvest animals. So that's a better term, harvest.
Okay, animal harvesting.
Yeah, we harvest animals. So if you say hunting, killing.
We eat them.
He'll tell you. What's his future with the Eagles?
Bright.
All right, so he said day by day. He's taking it day by day. That's cool. That's fine. And Torrey Smith was like, look, he's going to be there. But jokingly, but he said all seriousness, he just enjoying the off season. You know, more than likely, he's probably going to be there, even though I keep saying some of these veteran dudes we had to let walk because we need to get younger. But I just don't see the Eagles letting go Fletcher Cox because honestly, the past 2 seasons, he had been productive. But I'm like, look, we got to start letting Milton Williams play a little bit more. I like what I've been seeing from Marlon T. I mean, I got to keep it real. I don't want the young guys losing time because we got to let the vet on the field. Milton Williams is what, going 4 years in or 5 years in now. You got to let him play. Marlon T, again, got to let him develop and play. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I guess maybe we keep a vet around. I'm not opposed to that, but because Fletcher Cox is such a legend, I don't see them just let him play 15 to 20% of the snaps. He's going to play more than that. And then those snaps get taken away from guys like Milton Williams, guys like Marlon T, guys like Maro Ojamo. At the end of the day, you got to get younger. Got to get younger. So it will be interesting what the Eagles do as far as Fletcher Cox, as far as the Brandon Grahams of the world. But at some point, again, we have to move on. Got to move on, man, and get younger, develop the talent. I like what Maro Ojamo could be. I'm pretty sure we're going to draft some new guys. So now, if we keep Fletcher Cox around, now you're going to take snaps away from whatever guy we draft. Come on. At some point, you got to let it go. Got to let it go and just work with what you got. Trust me, people are going to be mad during the season. Like, see, we should have kept Fletcher Cox because of this, because of that. But you got to let the young talent develop. You have to. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? How do we feel about Fletcher Cox, about him saying that, you know, he's taking it day by day? Do you just want him? Or it's like, nah, it's time to let him go. Bobby King, how we feel about him? You know, been a linebacker coach for almost a decade or a little over a decade, I should say. 14 years in the league, right? Azeez Al-Shaair, how do we feel about him? But this is Eagle Al.